and welcome to A Little Crazy. Thanks for joining me again. If it's your first time, thank you for coming in. This time we're going to be looking at the electric cupboard. We did the main panel of it a few weeks back, but we had to hold off until we got the helm in place because the helm had to be attached before the cupboard internals were attached to the inside of the cabin, as it covers the screws for the helm. So now that's all been done, it's all been covered, we can carry on with the actual cupboard itself. So having done the outside panel, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a door to it. I'm going to put the electric switches on the front, I'm going to put the 240 mains breaker in there, and I will put the air heater controls in there as well, and then that will all be ready for vinyl covering. So once that part's completed, then I can carry on putting the wiring where it should go, make it all nice, neat and tidy before we get that vinyl covering. So we already had the door because this is simply the piece that we cut out of the main board anyway, so it's quite a simple job of putting back with the piano hinge that I bought, simple stainless steel piano hinge. Now I need to take the internal pieces out because obviously they're going to be in my way when I'm working inside for the side struts. Right, so as you saw, I put this door on the front. Not brilliant, it's going to have to shift a bit, but then it's got to come off anyway to be covered. So what I'm going to do is put some hinge arms down here. So I'm going to try these gas struts, but I think I may have overcooked it with these. I mean, they're supposed to be for small cupboards, but I don't know. The instructions for them is a bit sparse as well. They're telling you to put it at a certain distance from the top, a certain distance out on the door, but not how far in the cupboard they're supposed to sit. So then all this is going to be a bit of a trial and error. Okay, so it's saying 225 up. That's where we're saying, or they're saying. Now that measurement's to the centre of that piece there. As I say, it doesn't say how far back it's got to go. So does it go right on the edge? And will that give me a fixing at 90 in the centre? Well, it looks like it does. I'll come right off that edge. I know my head's in the way of this at the moment. So if I put my drills in the centre of those adjusting pieces, that will at least allow me to go up or down with it. Let's try one at first, just put one on this side, hold off on that side for the moment, because if this is too strong then obviously I'm going to need to get another type. Just mark these in here. I'll try and pop one just inside of that and see see if we've got any adjustment there. I won't do it up tight. I have an idea that this screw is too big anyway. Yep. So it'll only be put on loose. So you want 3 pairs of hands, someone to hold it as well. Right. Yeah, so that's basically how it'll go. Now, as I say, this is 100 newtons, so yeah, so that's the other one. Now I know I'm old, but I'm not that bloody weak. Look, I can't even push it in like that. So, and I don't think it locks, he says. It doesn't seem to, so. It obviously does work. Need to fix them in better, obviously. Stick the other one over that side. I think we're just leaving one on there, although they're strong. I think we're just leaving this one on there. The action, I know it's not going to be done very often, but the action of opening this and shutting it, you're always pushing off centre, so you're always putting, whereas there's no hinge, there's a lot of weight, so it's therefore twisting up on the door as you're shutting it, unless of course you're shutting it directly on this side, which people aren't going to tend to do. They're just going to shut it. Make sure it shuts flush. Yeah. So I'll put the other one on, and it needs a couple of magnetics up there and a magnetic on the back of there. Right, let's try that for the moment. Jesus. Well, with 2 of them on there. Yeah, it's a definite push up, but at least you know it's not going to come down and whack you on the head. So the next operation would be to pop a couple of round holes for the socket. Making sure I don't go right through to the electrics on the other side. Okay, so that's it. That's how it goes, that's how it'll be. To carry on with these 2 bits, let's do the Everspatcher type heater first. Now unfortunately with this control, which fits on this bracket, I hope you can see that quite clearly, that goes on the front of there like that, so this would fit up on there and then that go behind it. Unfortunately, if I clip that on there, this lead actually comes out down the bottom. So if that was positioned on there like that, nowhere for the lead to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole in the back of there big enough for the plug, and I'll bring the extension lead for this through that hole when we're ready to connect it, and then push it all back in, then put the back on, and this almost instantaneous, so that'll have to be on and hanging down, this put on and then this pushed in and up. So that's once the material's on there, but I can't see any other way of doing it. Like I say, unfortunately they didn't come out the back of here, and I've had a look at other controllers, and the only ones that work with this one are all basically the same design, so we'll just have to get round it. I'm sure it'll be alright in the end. So the first thing I'll do is I'll pop a hole through there, because I don't mind doing that from this position, but when I cut out for this unit, because it's quite tight on the back of there, I've had to draw a shape, and I'm going to have to take this down, because having a jigsaw up here and trying to do there in that corner is going to be a bit fiddly. So I'll have to take the whole thing down when I do that, and then fix it afterwards. Once it's done, obviously it can be taken off and put up as many times as you like, but just to cut it out I'll have to take it down. But I'll drill this out first, which is something I didn't want to do, but just got to make enough room so that the lead goes up inside it. Okay, that should be enough. It's going to have to be enough. Yeah, so when this is fixed on, this will go through that hole there. Take it out the remote, and then when it's on, you'll have that hole there, but obviously you won't see it because all this is going to be vinyl covered. So it will be hidden, it'll just be a tiny bit of wire there, and what I'll probably do is put some electrical tape over that, just to make that stiffer, and then that will be tucked up behind there, so it basically look like that. A bit closer, like that. I'm going to have to take this wall off again now. Now this one's a bit tight because of the leads, especially that one. Might have to take that off and move it, but we'll see how we get on first. Pop a couple of screws in just to hold it. So that's how that one will go up. The adhesive's got a remote attachment to it. I'll take that off for a moment. And then that's got to go in, like I said, like that. And then this bit fit on. Let's take that off, it's got to hang down. It's going to be awkward. Just pop it in with a couple of little screws which I've got in here. These screws are a bit overkill, but I'm only putting them in there just a moment to hold it to show you. So, that's what that face will end up like. And so I could put another socket down there, but I've already got a double socket on this side of the room. I've got one single socket over the other side by the galley. And we'll have another socket out under the deck on the cockpit area. I think that's enough sockets in there, to be honest with you, but never say never. Right, well that's going to be it for now, because I'm going to do all the electrics separately. That'll be another episode. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you drop in again soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the channel. Bye bye for now.